Hey everybody, Jay here. Welcome back to the channel. Today it's first week in February and we have a pretty serious storm coming our way here in New Hampshire. So we haven't really had any huge major snowstorms. So usually the first couple snowstorms, you know, branches fall, the power goes out and whatnot. So if you've been following along on the series, we've been preparing for this. They're calling for well over a foot here in New Hampshire. We've got the generators all situated, but today we're going to go around and I'm going to show you a little video on just how to get ready for a snowstorm. This is my procedure. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. Either way, just come and hang out with us on the homestead here. Beautiful day out, why not make a video? So if you guys have been liking the content, please let me know. I post whatever. The maintenance stuff isn't that popular, but I like posting it. I know some of you guys appreciate that, so I post whatever here. So that's what we got going on today. We're going to go around, we're going to get some gas, we're going to we're gonna grease up the tractor, we're gonna stack some wood, we're gonna cut up some pallets. So yeah, should be a fun day. So let's get right to it. Let's get right into it. As you can see here, this is our enclosed trailer. We don't really use this too much other than storage. So let me just kind of show you guys what we got inside, how we set things up, and yeah, we're gonna go just kind of hang out. So as you've seen, we got our two generators ready to go, fresh oil, fresh fuel lines, all that good stuff. We got our generator here. That's all good. We're gonna check the oil on that and fill it with gas. But anyways, here's our gas drum, gas situation. I don't store any gas in the shed anymore because that's my work shed and I don't want to be breathing in fuel. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this blue barrel, we're gonna take our pump out, we're gonna take this blue barrel, we're gonna fill it up. The reason why I have this in here is because I can fill up the gas cans, I can fill up the generators, I can fill up the snow blowers with just one pump. Also too, this is why I did this. If I open this door here, I can pull up a car, a truck, whatever it may be, the four-wheeler, and the hose will reach outside, and I can pump that from either side. So that's why I have it here. It's been working out pretty nice. So let's go fill it with fuel, and yeah, we'll come right back. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fill our jug now. These are the ever-famous gloves everybody's been pointing out to me. I wear the crappy gloves when I'm working with gas because I don't want to get my really nice gloves smelling like fuel, because I keep them in the truck. I use them to fill the burners. Let's go ahead and fill up these two cans, and then we'll throw this in the truck and go for a quick ride. All right, so our fuel pump, our keg just kicked, if you will. There's no more gas left in it. So what we do is we keep a designated wrench here. We undo these set screws here. Hopefully you can see that. Undo these two set screws here, and that allows me to pull the pump out, and then I take this collar out. We have our bung wrench here and we have our cap here, so when we fill this, we'll put the bung cap back on at the gas station. So let's go ahead and pop this off, put our bung cap on, throw it in the truck, and we'll be good to roll. All right, so we got the Chevy warming up. We're also gonna fill up the diesel cans. What I use, again, doesn't matter. You guys can use whatever, but make sure you use an anti-gel product, cold weather treatment for diesel fuel. You don't want your fuel lines or fuel freezing. So we're gonna go ahead and pour some of this into the jug, pour what's left of the jug back into the tractor, and then we're gonna take that jug, we're gonna get 20 gallons of regular gas, and then we're gonna get 5 gallons of diesel. So yeah, make sure you use an anti-gel product. All right, so we just topped off our Kubota BX here. What I do is before we actually go to the gas station, I will pour the gel stuff in there. That way, once I pump the fuel in, it'll all mix in nicely. This whole jug treats like something like 1,000 gallons, so I don't really measure exactly. I just put enough in. Yeah, treats 300 gallons. So what I put in can easily handle 5 gallons. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll. All right, not to get political, I'm gonna sneak this in here, but gas prices are going up again with the you-know-what administration, quote-unquote, running the show now. Already shut down the Keystone Pipeline project going on. So again, not a political person, not a political channel, but gas prices are gonna only continue to probably go up at the rate, if you can't kind of read between the lines with what I'm saying and what they've already done and the orders they've already met, blah blah blah. Anyways, not gonna get into it. I promise that'll be the only segment of politics I ever talk about, but it's a little aggravating, but whatever, it is what it is. So let's go back to the homestead now and continue what we're doing. So yeah, stay positive. All right, everybody, we're back on the homestead now. Here, as you can see, we didn't have a far drive to go to, so we're gonna grab our barrel, bring it back in our trailer, hook the pump back up, put the diesel fuel back with the tractor, and yeah, let's move on to greasing the tractor up. The reason why I like this barrel, most of you know I have the 55 gallon barrel on the skid, but that takes a lot of effort to move, and I got to use the tractor and whatnot. This 15 gallon barrel, I can carry that, and that's under 100 pounds, give or take. So I can carry that easily. So that's why I prefer the 15 gallon barrel here. All right, so let me see if I could show you how this works. This is pretty neat. So we got our bung cap. We use our bung wrench. Take our bung cap out and drop it in the dirt and sand. But then the pump comes with this collar here, this threaded collar. It's the same, obviously, threads as the barrel. So all we got to do is we slide this in. I don't have to crank it down too much. And then our pump here, if you look, this is a fill-right pump. It has this piece here actually telescopes, so it can fit a big barrel or it can fit a small barrel. Obviously, we have it rigged into the small barrel, but then all you got to do is just tighten these set screws, and that's it. You're pretty much good to roll. So I just figured I'd show you guys that. It's pretty neat. My dad had this pump when I was probably 5 years old. So this pump is over 20 years old, and it's worked perfect. It's a fill-right pump, model FR162, and the series is 5200 if you're looking for a good pump. Made in USA. I don't know if the new ones are, but this pump is 20-something years old, probably pumped thousands of gallons over the years, and it's held up great. So there's some information for you. All right, so our gas situation is all set. Let's look at our snowblower now. This is our Husqvarna 224 snowblower. A couple things we're gonna do. We're obviously gonna fill it up with fuel, but we're also gonna check our oil. Again, real quick, real simple. Let me get a rag, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna pull our dipstick out, wipe it off once, screw it all the way down. Our generator's pretty, our snowblower's pretty level. Pretty much right to the full mark. So I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and top it off with fuel, and let's move on to the tractor. Little maintenance goes a long way. I've said it before. All right, all filled up with petrol. We're good to roll. We have extra shear pins right in the shed in case we need shear pins. Let's give them a quick check. The shear pins are good. Nothing's frozen. A couple rocks in there. Probably get those out. Wouldn't hurt to get those out, but let's check your shear pins real quick. Maybe you didn't notice last snowstorm. If these spin freely, you need to change out your shear pins. So we're good in this case. So let's move on to the tractor. All right, moving on back to the famous Kubota with the cracked hood. I'm a legend on the internet with this hood. For those of you who maybe don't follow the channel or don't remember, actually better yet, I don't have anything to give away, but leave a comment below if you remember how we broke that tractor hood. Those of you who've been following along, I got an idea, a couple people who actually get it right. Put in the comments below if you remember what video I broke that hood in, and I'll give the best I can do right now is a shout out. I don't have anything to give away, but yeah, anyways, get back to the machine. So here's our Kubota. Beautiful, beautiful machine. All we're gonna do is see if I can rest you guys here. All right, I'm gonna rest you guys here. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna check our oil. Wipe our, just like the snowblower, wipe our dipstick off. Pull it back out here. Right to the top line. Right pretty much where it should be. I'm happy with that. All right, so we can put the dipstick back down. Next we're gonna check our air filter here. Air filter looks pretty clean. We'll give it a quick, we'll blow it out real quick with the compressor, but other than that, looks pretty clean. Stays clean during the winter time. There's not a lot of dust, so we'll blow this out and then we'll put it back in. So we're gonna leave that, put that on the seat. Next thing we're gonna check is our coolant. Pop our cap off, make sure we have green juice pretty much right to the top of the cap. Radiator screen. Looks pretty good. Again, wintertime doesn't really get dirty. There's not much. Check our coolant overflow. It's good. We just filled up our gas, or diesel, excuse me, as you saw. So yeah, let's just go ahead and we're going to grease the loader because that's obviously what we use to move the snow around. And then we should be good to roll. Now's a good time in this video to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment. Let's continue on our maintenance. Really appreciate you guys always tuning in. So yeah, let's keep going. All right, so we're gonna run through and grease our front end loader here. Tip of advice, hopefully you guys are in view of the camera. Tip of advice, leave your grease guns inside, somewhere room temperature. Don't leave your grease gun outside. It was 0 degrees out last night. So imagine trying to pump 0 degree grease through a grease gun. It's not going to happen. So leave your grease gun inside. If you forget, maybe put it inside by your fireplace or by your baseboard or whatever it may be, somewhere warm so it can thaw out. You don't want to be pumping cold grease. You'll be there all day. Also, invest yourself in a lock and lube. This is you got to have this. Clips onto the actual grease fitting. Normally, I'd say wipe the grease off the fittings, but since it's wintertime, it's not really dusty. You don't have to. Summertime, I would recommend that. So yeah, let's blow through the whole loader, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, another thing you can check too is check your tire pressures. I always do that before. I'm not going to show you everything on camera. Check your tire pressures, but also this is a hydrostatic tractor, so we're going to check our HST fluid, excuse me. Health and HSE is, I don't know what that is. I've heard that before, but we're going to check our hydrostatic fluid as well. As you can see here, right to the top of the serrations. Makes me a happy man. Let's go ahead and put that back in. So at least we know we're good to hop on this and roll come tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, whenever it actually... Oh, that's not threaded. That just pops in there. There we go. Let's pop you guys down there. One last thing you want to check is your battery voltage. Just because it starts today doesn't mean it's going to start tomorrow. It's very, very cold. Cold weather is what kills batteries. But take your voltmeter, put it to 20 volts, VDC 20 volts, and then just stick your negative on the negative and positive on the positive. All right, here's a little pro tip. Our battery's in there, as you can see, Duracell. The positive terminal is way up in the front here, and I don't really feel like pulling this battery out, so I'm going to show you a little trick you can do. What you can do is take your negative lead. I'm just going to demonstrate. Let's say put your negative lead there. Take your positive lead and put it on where it meets the starter. That's going to give you, see, 12.8 volts. That's amazing, huh? I bet you learned something today. 12.8 volts. So that's pretty much a fully charged battery. We just ran this tractor yesterday, so I'm not surprised there. But what that does is when you turn your key and you go to start something, it takes the full power of the battery and runs it through your starter. So pretty much grounding out on the negative of the battery and then checking the hot positive right on the starter. That starter cable pretty much goes right from your starter to your positive of your battery. So it's pretty accurate check. So if you have a battery that's really hard to get to and you can't get to the positive, like this, for example, like Kubota's, that's just another trick to help you. So this battery's good. We just ran it yesterday. So now let's move on to the plow truck. All right, so we're under the hood here of our heavy Chevy here. This is a 2001 2500 HD Silverado with the 6.0 Vortec. Runs like crap. Misfires out the wazoo. This is our quote-unquote heavy Chevy, as my good subscriber Shane puts it here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put you guys down here. Just again, before you plow, we're going to check our oil. Same thing, just like everything else. Take the stick out. Wipe it off. Fish her back in here. Pull out and see. Yeah, so we're right at the full mark. Also too, we're just gonna check transmission fluid. Yes, I know we need to run it, blah 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. I know that. Just making sure something's on the dipstick. All my vehicles are parked unfortunately on dirt, so if something was to leak out, it'd be tough to see. So put that back in, lock it, pull it back out. We have juice up to the serrations there, a little bit past, so we're good on that end. Since our machine's parked outside, I don't run this often. We're gonna check the air filter too. So what I do is, I won't do this on camera, but undo the 4 screws, pop the air cleaner out, check it. We do have critters here, so you don't want to suck anything up through the motor. So now let's go over to the other side and check battery and brake fluid. Also, what I like to do is I like to check my fluid on my plow every so often here. I just did it not too long ago. Every plow is different. Some have a fill mark. Others you just fill till they bleed out. So it depends on, you have to check your owner's manual. But good thing to do is just to check the hydraulic fluid in your plow. We got plenty of brake fluids up to the line. Now let's check our battery voltage, just like we did with the tractor. We run the tractor more than the truck, so I wouldn't be surprised if this battery was a little bit low. Come on. Yeah, 12.6. That'll start, but we're going to charge it up. A sitting battery should be, a good healthy sitting battery should be 12.9, almost 13 volts. So we're going to put this what's it called? We're going to put the charger on this and just let this charge overnight because we're going to need it tomorrow. So yeah, that's that. All right, so we got our jump box and an extension cable run over. We got it plugged in now. It's charging. It's reading 12.9, but it'll obviously, by the time we're done, it should read 13.5, 14. That's what this pack charges at. So yeah, that is pretty much what you check for your plow truck. You can also check your tire pressures, things like that if you're getting really picky, but just the basics here goes a long way. All right, so the next aspect of getting ready for winter time is our outdoor wood boiler. We heat with an outdoor wood boiler if you're just joining us. But anyways, what we want to do is, since we snow blow down here, I leave a rake here. We want to rake all the small extra pieces of bark, things that fall off of the logs when we load them in, because that is unhealthy food for a snowblower. Also here we have our kindling bin. This is all our scraps, scrap wood, scrap lumber we get. We're gonna cut up those pallets, cut up this pallet, throw it all in here. That's our extra wood, extra kindling to get the fires going. What we're actually gonna do today also is we have this little wood corral here. We're gonna fill this wood corral up because it's right next to the boiler, because when it snows a lot, I don't get to snow removal till a couple days later. So we're gonna fill up this corral with wood from our what's it called here, our little outdoor corral here, before this all gets lost in the storm. This is kind of our whatever pile. This is where we throw scraps, branches, things that don't really stack nicely. So we're gonna pull as much as we can, fill the wheelbarrow and load up that, and we'll show you when we're done. All right, another thing I do on the homestead here to prepare for snow, I know it seems like a lot, is you see our wood sheds here. We have two same identical to the inch wood sheds. I fold these front covers down. Now if you look here, this is the shed we've been pulling out of. This shed isn't ready yet. This is all wood we got from the play area build. But the reason I do this is because if I'm snow blowing, I don't want to accidentally blow snow and pack it into the wood shed. So that's why I have these, I have the canvas here. We're gonna flip this one down off camera, but we'll flip this one down, we'll flip that one down. So that way if we're coming here with a snowblower, we don't have to worry about accidentally hitting or filling our wood sheds, our nice dry season wood. Look how good this stuff looks. All nice and split, about 8 feet high. This is all good food for the boiler. But yeah, that's why. See, as you can see, it's protected, it's covered. That way we don't blow snow in there. As far as our kindling sheds go, all we have is these boards up top here. I'm gonna redo this whole area. We have a huge, that's our huge sawmill section there. Also sawmill sections in here, but I'm gonna pretty much build one of those corrals right here next year. But for now, these little boards, pieces of shipping container up top is what we cover the wood with for snowstorms. So yep, just chugging along, getting things situated. All right, so I'm an equal opportunity burner. Here's what we dug out of there, out of the back. Pretty good size logs here. So let's go ahead and load these in the wheelbarrow and go stack them over there. Everything else is just kind of crap, not really worried about it. Super small pieces. We'll burn it in the spring. So yeah, that's that. All right, so as you can see, we got some just shipping pallets, shipping container lids covering any loose firewood that we have here. We got that pretty much cleared out. We got those tarps pulled down. We have to cut up the pallets, like I said. We have a load of wood on the ground for tonight. We got that all stacked up, so we don't have to go far. We have a couple of rounds on the side there, which will probably split and burn tonight. So yeah, pretty much almost wraps it up. All right, everybody, that's pretty much a wrap. It's been about 2 hours. My wife just texted me the babies are up, but again, sorry, I'm sweating a little bit. It's just nice to be prepared, to have fuel, to have 2 running generators, to have all your fluids and everything topped off, everything ready. So come tomorrow, Wednesday, whatever day the snow actually decides to show up, we can just come out here and boogie. I don't want to be out here with jumper cables and... All right, sorry, cut out there a little bit. Battery's almost dead. But if you learned anything from this video, take time on the front end, and it'll save you time in the long run, in the back end. So take some time to prep, check your oil, do all that stuff, top off your batteries, top off your fluids. So yeah, anyways, we will see you on the snowstorm. Appreciate you guys watching. Ready? Hi, babies. You want to go sledding? Here.
I have to go with him?
No, let him go. Woo! Daddy's got the hard job of pulling you back up the hill. Hold on, let's send brother down. Just push him. Woo! Look at his hands. Oh, that's so funny. You want to go back up the hill, buddy? That's so funny. You waving? All right, hold on. Ready? Spin you around. Yeah, awkward. Here we go, pal. Ready? Hold on, show mama how cool you go. Ready? Oh, Colton's in the woods. Oh, I'm coming.